Because at that time, it's like, what do you do out there in Nebraska for fun?
He has mannequins of black people that he hits with the bullwhip.
There's no pinball arcades out there, dude.
That was that whack-a-mall or whatever.
It's just black kids coming up and they're like,
that guy definitely does all that. So there's a man who in 1967 he murdered his parents, right? He's a United States citizen. He murders his parents as a teenager by shooting them. Then he escapes from prison, flees to Australia, and lives a completely separate life as a successful businessman.
wow.
He's like a dad,
Talk about turning his life around.
right? And his family only just learned of his past after he died.
Maybe his parents had it coming.
They didn't learn about his escape?
What do you mean, like his kids and shit?
Alias,
New life, new identity.
Wow.
Hey, at that point, let him have it.
You think?
Yeah. If you made it that far, it's
He's
like,
dead already? Yeah, fuck it, man.
He kind of deserved it. Yeah.
Why? I mean,
He didn't kill anybody else after that, right?
yeah, it wasn't like he was going to do a string of murders.
And I mean, like, soldiers go out to war, kill people, come back.
Yeah, they're all good.
Like, the motive. It depends on the motive.
This is him when he was arrested for murdering his parents, big time.
Maybe his
They used to beat the fuck out of him for sure. Look at that.
Maybe his parents were mean.
Yeah, they used to beat the fuck out of him.
Remember that? They looked like the spanking type.
Yeah. Oh no. I mean that dad right there.
Yeah, he looks like an alcoholic abuser. Huh?
Oh, for sure. And he hates black people.
Yep.
Based off that picture, you got the shirt.
You got the shirt. That's the I hate black people shirt.
Yeah. No, that's the I hate black people shirt. Yeah. He's like, gotta go to work and hate black people.
That's a Jim Crow polo tee.
That's the suit Jim Crow.
It's a crow instead of an alligator.
And it was also Nebraska, so. Open and shut case. Open
Cornfields? Almost.
Pretty high rate. Pretty high rate.
Guaranteed, yeah.
Because at that time, it's like, what do you do out there in Nebraska for fun?
He has mannequins of black people that he hits with the bullwhip.
There's no pinball arcades out there, dude.
That was that whack-a-mall or whatever.
It's just black kids coming up and they're like,
that guy definitely does all that.
So let's say that happened to you.
fucking asshole.
Let's say that guy was in your family.
Yeah, that's like my dad.
Gets out of prison. The prison doesn't notify the family like, hey, he's out. He might come get you.
Oh no. So no. He murders his parents and goes to prison after. So get this.
He does his time.
September 27, 1958. He gets a rifle from his parents' room and he confronts his mom. And she's like, "What are you gonna do? Shoot me?" And he's like, "Yeah." And he shot her. He fired 6 trigger pulls and fucking blew her whole fucking chest cavity out and her tits fell on the ground. Yeah.
Paper back then was very detailed.
That's in the police. Yeah, titties.
Yeah. And then what happened with the dad?
The tits are on the ground.
Then the dad came in and said, "Why is my wife's titties coming down the hallway?" And
Fucking titty rolling down to the other room.
That's what made him walk in there.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, was that a tit that hit the floor?
Yeah.
The black whack-a-mole game that he was playing, and he walked over.
He actually was holding groceries, right? He comes in a couple minutes later, and then the dad like sees the gun, and he just fucking immediately drops the groceries and fucking they have a tussle, and then the dad was like on top. The kid pulled the trigger, and the dad had to look in his eyes like, but then the kid had to look in his eyes too, so we didn't know who actually died.
Oh, gosh.
Like in the movie.
Yeah.
Stupid.
You just hear a shot.
But then the dad slumped over, so then we knew the kid.
Oh my god.
Wait, how old was he when he did the murder?
He was 13 years old.
He's a new person. I feel like anytime you commit crimes under like 20,
Yeah.
you're a different human being. You're a different human.
How long was he in the prison until he escaped? Not long. He pretty much escaped like right away. Back in those days, you could do that, I guess.
It's easier.
Yeah.
They didn't have barbed wire on the fence.
Wait, time out. Why'd they chase his ass? You know, they would have had hounds on black people.
Yeah.
I know I keep bringing this all back to black people. This whole episode.
I think in the 50s, just everyone was white there.
I don't think black people were in Nebraska, right?
Maybe not yet. I don't know.
Not a hot spot for black folks, dude. Nobody wants to go to Nebraska.
Yeah.
They were still in Baldwin Hills.
Until you brought it up, I forgot it was a state, dude. I forgot it was like a place.
You forgot it existed.
You forgot about Nebraska?
Yeah.
We always forget
They're
about
good at not attracting guys like us to go there.
They're low key.
They're really
Nebraska's
good at
so low key.
Yeah, they're like, oh, we're good.
What would you do in Nebraska?
Play football.
What?
Oh,
Yeah, play football.
All you do is you go outside, you put your hands on your hips, you go, oh, it's a mighty fine town, it is.
And you go back.
That's all you do.
Doesn't their college have a really good football team?
Yeah.
Nebraska.
Yeah, the Cornhuskers.
So that's where all the black people are. They're on the football team.
Yeah, they're on the football team.
But not in the 50s.
Yeah, so he escaped.
He
And then-
escapes from prison after, so he's in prison for a time, right? Like 8-year stretch.
Whoa.
He takes these rubber masks that they found in the prison yard and razor blades, and he actually manages to file off one of the bars on his window.
Whoa.
Like classic, like, you know.
Very classic.
This is the blueprint. He started it.
He took the rubber mask and made it look like his head's on the pillow,
And he crawled out.
and he crawled out of the
That's
window.
Alcatraz. That's how they escaped in Alcatraz.
Yep, similar.
And then so he got out, and then somehow he.
How'd he get to Australia?
Somehow, yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, what the heck?
Maybe on a cargo ship.
He managed to obtain phony identity papers. He assumed the name of John Damon and became a salesman.
Wow.
And he kept on relocating. So he moved to Cincinnati, and then he moved to Miami. And then,
This is a tight movie.
yeah,
This movie's, badass.
his family ended up moving to New Zealand. Or him and his family ended up moving to New Zealand.
Also, he made a new family in America.
Oh,
He got-
in the States.
Yeah, he got a wife, right? They ended up having marriage troubles. He divorces her. He gets with his second wife. They decide to move to New England, right? And she
New
was
Zealand.
because she was a New Zealand because she was a foreign exchange student.
Wow.
And then they had a son and daughter, and then they moved to New Zealand in '92.
Also, she's originally from New Zealand.
It doesn't say. It just says she was a foreign exchange student. And then they settled in Australia about '97, and he earned a respectable living. He spared no expense for his kids and their educations, and he was almost overly supportive, is what one of his kids said. He was.
So he didn't blow his second chance, basically.
Yeah.
Apparently not.
He learned a lot in prison.
He learned how to get fake IDs.
Now, what was his sentence supposed to be?
Probably life.
It doesn't say.
If you blow both of your parents,
murder?
Yeah, double murder.
Back
First
then?
degree? Back then? Yeah. You doing the long run.
It says that he pled guilty and sent a letter of apology to his neighbors, so he was like trying to.
Sorry for the noise.
Sent an apology to the neighbors.
sorry for the titties rolling
like,
out the house.
Sorry to see my mom.
We were shooting too.
Yeah.
Man.
You know what's funny? The thought that he did all this effort to get away, but he could have just lived next to the jail. They weren't looking for him at all.
I know, right? Yeah. Like, how strong of a fucking search did they do?
It's like Catch Me If You Can with no one chasing you.
Yeah, seriously.
Because, I
He
guess
said he had to relocate a couple times, so he's obviously being careful about it.
Damn, what a smart kid.
Back then, it was probably easy to
Yeah,
just like
that's
when
true.
you're in a different country, you're in a different country.
He's better than career criminals after like one infraction.
Yeah.
It's pre-DNA shit.
And he did juvenile crime, so like.
Like, if he would have did that now, yeah, he would have got.
He'd have to like be a hacker to get away now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because now
You're in the system.
Yeah.
Like when someone's in trouble, like with flying, what do they?
No flight
No fly list.
No fly list.
Back then, you could pay for a ticket cash
That's true.
at the
yeah.
airport.
That's right.
There was no TSA, and then you just go. Do you remember back in the day, like
The good old days.
we were able to go up to the actual place where they were deplaning?
You could say bye at the tunnel thingy.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
and then we used to be able to pick up people.
At their gate.
Yeah, at their gate.
That's true.
I remember that shit, dude. There was no fucking like TSA thing.
That no giant buffer.
Yeah.
Then yeah,
You
you
just
could
walk in.
you could eat together at the restaurants before
Yup.
they leave.
You could actually make your flight on time, dude.
Was this in like the
You could smoke.
Yeah, I remember being a little kid and then like picking up people at the airport with my family. Like they would just
Yeah.
park in that middle parking structure.
Yeah.
We go walk across the street. And I remember specifically because I was so hyped that day that I ran across traffic to see somebody. And then my mom was like, holy shit. And all these cars were stopping and this bus stopped in front of me. And then my impulsive ass was like, what? And then there's this big ass bus there. And I looked over, I was like, oh shit. And then I guess a lot of cars were honking and like, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could even slap
Almost got
the
ran
stewardess ass, and she would just go,
could.
"Mr. Jitsukawa, you crazy boy."
My first
Sweet cheeks.
my first time flying was a year after 9/11.
Whoa! No way.
What was that
feel?
like?
How'd I feel?
Yeah.
That's that white people shit. It was a little weird. I never flown, so I didn't know what it was like to be in. And then also like knowing from Arizona to Vegas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so like I don't know, it was kind of scary.
I wish I knew that.
It was-
I wish I was sitting next to you and I knew that, and I was like, Buckle up.
You're just sitting there like fucking looking down the aisle, just fucking ready to fucking pop off.
You know what sucks? That time of flying, it really did suck for anybody that was, yeah.
It was frightening.
If you were Arab or you had an Arab-sounding name.
Yeah.
I had friends that changed their name that year.
Yeah.
Really?
So much shit was popping off.
Rough.
Nadim always gets randomly searched and randomly questioned
At the gym?
Please step through this, sir. Please.
Yeah, that was
Sir,
a
can you
fucked
hold
up
this
time.
Kalashnikov and let's take a photo real quick?
First time you flew.
First time it was a year after 9/11.
So it must feel like a night and day difference today, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. But like, still, I mean, that was for my first experience.
Tensions were high.
Yeah, I think it was like 15.
A lot of cheap flights that year.
A lot of cheap flights. No one's going anywhere.
Kind of on this story's topic, Hannah's great grandfather had a second family here in America.
What?
Yeah, because he worked on the ships or something. Because in Wales it was like a big port, so they would go back and forth, America, all these places, and so he had like 2 families.
That must be so hard.
When they did like a DNA test and all these other things, they found out like, oh shit, there's like American relatives.
Wow.
And apparently he was a really cool great grandfather like to the family here in America, but then he was
He had a favorite.
yeah.
Does Hannah want to like connect with that?
She's
side?
like, it was interesting. I think some of their relatives reached out, and then some of them didn't, I guess, like the history that they were told. Because he was a pleasant dude here, but over there in the UK, yeah, he was a fucking.
He was a mean guy.
He was a pretty brutal dude.
You think it was the weather?
Yeah, like there's a story about all the
The food.
The food and the weather. He was like, oh, this is a bummer.
all the grandparents, the kids of the great grandpa, right? Yeah. They conspired to fucking kill him.
Whoa.
So they all got weapons. They were getting.
He was that bad?
It's the weather, dude.
And when he was coming downstairs, they were just gonna ambush his ass and just fucking beat him to death. And then like,
Why are you nodding like you've been there?
So true.
It sounds like this story.
Yeah.
yeah,
I think back in the day, everyone just wanted to kill their parents.
right? It is kind of similar.
But like honestly, like that was such a common thing back in the day for like dudes to have like multiple fucking families. It was so fucking common.
I wonder if that was a flex too. Did you tell your friends? Back?
It probably was.
Had to be.
And it was just
You just have one family?
yeah, exactly.
That's some white people shit.
But also, like, I feel like people didn't just hook up. Like, you had to, if you wanted to bone somebody, like, you had to go and get married. Because, like, that's why Vegas had that shotgun wedding shit. Because I think
because
you wanted to bone, so you just got married.
So because people were probably following that Christian value of like no sex till marriage. Yeah. Damn.
Yeah.
I don't think I could do it. That's too many fucking people.
No sex till Elvis marries us.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
That's a lot of work, man.
That's a lot of fucking work. Why?